I can't mentally do it anymore.
Knock your air on the jumper. On the jump, yeah. Your hair's shit. Your head looks like a bumper.
A bumper. Can you bumper that what? Who, what, when? Can you come for that top spot?
Alright. Well, that's an intro to the spill. Alrighty, guys. Welcome back to episode number 2 of the spill. Today we got Michael Young on, the guy we spoke about in that first one with Giles and Jamie. He's one of the boys. He's always been one of the boys pretty well since day one, and he's just a beast of a human being. So, so welcome to the podcast.
What's going on, bro?
What's going on, lads? What's happening?
Been a while. Only been waiting 2 hours. We actually filmed a similar podcast about 2 weeks ago. Had a few too many of these, so ended up accidentally pressing delete. The whole podcast was gone. The audio was gone. The camera recording was all there with the camera mic, but I didn't want to have my second podcast being
without the mic.
Yeah, without the proper mics. People probably think, this bloke's really in his freaking parents' spare room.
It's all about that hustle.
Yeah, it's all about that hustle.
That's what we're talking about today.
Yeah, so a bit on your upbringing, Michael. Where were you born? Because you weren't born here, were you?
Yeah.
Oh, you were, but you moved away, didn't you?
Yeah, I moved out to Sydney when I was 12 or 13. Lived there for a couple of years with my dad and that. To my first year of high school out there.
That's why he talks like a Maui.
Bit different to Adelaide. Lived in the country. I don't even think you know that.
No, that's why I wanted to get you on the podcast, because there's a lot we do know, but there's also a lot we don't know. And when it comes to your mindset and your mentality to like everyday life, it's pretty. I've never seen it personally in my whole life.
Yeah,
you got to go through some struggle to really develop and strive like this bloke does and push for the best. So we're pretty well just jumping in, and we want to know kind of what brought you to where you are now. You don't have to get into the nitty gritty, but just give us some perspective of kind of how you grew up, and then go from there, and then we can chat about almost anything.
Yeah, well, where do you start, really? That's the thing.
Parents, mum and dad were together. Divorced.
Yeah, once upon a time they were together.
When you were younger. What was that like when they were together?
To be honest, they broke up when I was like fucking 4 years old.
Okay, so you don't really remember.
Can't remember. Yeah. You know. I always looked up to my dad heaps growing up, until you grow up and you realise things may not be what they were, like what you thought they were when you were a kid. Mum did a good job, man.
She's a G.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's good G.
Yeah.
Good G.
But I guess it is different, you know, growing up without like your father figures and shit.
Yeah. And that's why I guess you're so, as weird as it sounds, you're so much like Andrew Tate. And when I found out about Andrew Tate a few weeks ago, the first person I sent it to was Michael. I was like, listen to this, bro. Like, if this ain't you, I don't know what is.
It's like the mentality just behind, like, just being a bloke, really, and just...
Legit, a male.
Yeah, a male.
A warrior. Like, you don't really live ancestrally, but you've got all the morals and traits of an ancestral soldier.
Yeah, well, I always thought, if you don't really have a father figure, you got no male role model, and that as you get older, you become very hard to influence.
Yeah.
So what you want to be, like, you don't try and copy no one. I feel like everyone sort of wants to be like their father figure as a man.
Yeah.
In some way. When you don't have one,
who do you look up to?
You're not going to try and be like your mum, are you? You know?
No, exactly right.
Like, as much as she does a good job in raising you and stuff like that, you're a man. You're not going to...
So you kind of built yourself...
Yeah. I've always had older mates and stuff. And growing up around older people, like you take traits from an older person as a young child, you know. And Julie knows that as well.
Yeah.
Just growing up with like the older, like even at the age where we were hanging out and doing our things that we probably shouldn't be doing at that age.
Yeah.
Like, we're doing we're pushing limits at, you know, like 14, 13, 14.
Getting
and then,
up to no good.
Yeah, but we were hanging out with people that are like 16, 17, 18 at like 13 and 14.
Yeah.
So we saw a lot of shit that a 13-year-old kid shouldn't have to listen to or hear, but it was good because you could, like you said, you could take the good and the bad from all those people. So we used to grow up pretty quickly.
When you got that sort of personality trait where you're really set in your own ways because you never looked up to no one. I feel like you can take negative traits from people and you despise them.
Yeah.
Where if you're looking up to people, you will take their negative traits into your own personality. But when you don't, you hate them negative traits you find in people and you despise it to the point you don't want to be like that. I've been like that so many times. Like people that I probably should be influenced by, I see it from my own way and be like, I fucking hate that about you.
Not interested.
Yeah.
I'm going this way.
Yeah.
I suppose that probably comes back to that mindset. Probably comes back from when you were pretty young, because your old man wasn't really in the picture too much, was he?
Nah, not at all, really. I lived with him for a bit, but the last time I was probably close with him, I would have been like 13 or 14. You know, I still talk to him here and there, but like he hasn't had like an influence on my life since I was like 13 years old.
I just remember your old man rocking up to the skate park on his bike.
Yeah, he'd come and kick back.
Yeah, he'd like come hang out, and he seemed, you know, like he was just pretty like rowdy, I suppose, and he was doing his own thing. He was setting his own way, I think.
Yeah, I think to this day he still doesn't even know what he wants to do, man.
Yeah.
So.
And what do you know how old he is? Or?
He's 42, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm bad with ages.
Yeah, so that's why I asked. Did you even know?
How old you are, bro.
Yeah. But yeah.
So what did you get up to as a young teenager at motocross? Because I know that's what kind of got us into being friends. So me and Michael kind of met. I don't know. I thought it was just this weird guy messaging me.
Oh, bro, I was asking you about your car.
But I was like, who the fuck is this? You know, you got that like. You know, you got those people on Facebook that kind of follow your life, but you have no idea who they are. Well, it was this guy, and then we ended up having a chat one day, and my missus seen my phone. She goes, "Oh, how do you know Michael Young?" So I don't. Anyway, it turns out my partner and Michael went to school together, and pretty well the rest was history. We started talking about cars. The first time I ever seen Michael, he was doing 280 kilometres an hour past my window. I was on the way up to the Riverlands, and Michael had seen my Snapchat of me on the expressway.
Yeah, I remember.
Is that what happened?
Yeah, and I replied to you. I'm like, "Where are you?"
And you were like, "Start recording." So I'm just recording, and there's just
In the Caprice?
Yeah. I was on my P's back then.
Yeah, running a mutt.
We ended up stopping at the grill. I met you.
Yeah.
We had a feed. Put on a bet on my car. I'd beat your car.
You never paid me when I beat your car.
Yeah. $1,000 is still owed to Jordan.
We never raced properly.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've seen a few.
That
races.
old chestnut, eh?
Yeah, never raced properly.
But anyway, ever since, like I think I touched on it last podcast, I kind of grew up around high school. It's like I had my boys, and you had the loyalty and that kind of thing surrounded around your friendship group. And pretty much the second I met Michael he was like all of my boys that I went to high school with in one.
He kept that vibe.
Yeah, and I was like, fucking hell, this is like, shout out Tom O'Brien. This is Tom O'Brien, but like times 3. And I don't even know this guy. So we automatically were just mates straight away. We had cars. We both rode motorbikes when we were younger. Both loved fighting. I think the second time we met was at the UFC.
Yeah, Cooper's Ale.
Took me for a drive in your car. Probably haven't been in it since.
Yeah.
like this guy just has no fear when it comes to anything. I mean, you probably do. Are you scared to die?
No, I'm scared of like letting myself down a lot. You know, like I feel like that's the worst feeling. Like I always use, but when you really can't be bothered doing something. For me, it's gym at the moment.
Yeah.
Part of me hates the gym, but the pain of going and forcing yourself to go is so much less than regretting not going.
Yeah, otherwise you end up looking like me.
The feeling of not going is so much worse than forcing yourself to go when you can't be bothered.
Yeah, and that feeling when you do force yourself there.
You never leave regretting.
You always walk out feeling wicked.
Yeah. You never regret going to the gym, even if it's a shit session. Like that's just what I do in life at the moment. It's always been something.
And that's what we're going to talk about. We're going to touch on that subject probably a lot throughout this.
So that was
podcast.
That was the idea of the podcast, and then I thought, you know what? So we're all pretty much doing like a little body challenge at the moment, but we'll touch on that in a minute. But we were going to do that, and then I thought, you know, well, let's just actually have Michael on as like just a guest because he's such a, you know, he's got a lot of knowledge. And
very inspiring person.
Yeah. Well, he's made me and Giles lose like something amount of weight we probably would never have lost without.
I'm 10 kilos down with Michael helping me out. So.
Give you a bit of a kick up the arse.
Yeah, that's it. Just that motivation. It really pushes you. And when you have someone dedicated and does
and actually knows what they're doing.
Yeah, they can give you proper advice, and you see that advice that you're taking from somebody actually work. You're gonna listen to them.
Feels his chest.
You're gonna go back to someone and ask for more advice if that first advice they gave you actually worked. It's good. Like we're saying, weight loss. I'm 10 kilos down, 10, 11 kilos down. So I weighed
not very long. It took you fuck all.
It was like three and a half months of total when I kind of decided I wanted to change my life again. So I did that, 3.5 months. I'm now 10 kilos down. In the last month, I've probably dropped, 4 to 5 kilos?
Yeah, you're down like a kilo a week.
Yeah, I think the first month or so.
But that was not just doing it for the scale. I was just eating clean and training 2 times a week. Only 2 times a week. And just lower my portion sizes and just listening to this dude.
Because you started footy, yeah?
Yeah, started footy. I weighed 117 kilos at 21 years old before I started footy. That changed me into that cycle of I want to better myself. And then now, we're 10 kilos down, 10, 11 kilos down.
But were you trying to lose weight? Because we were still eating.
Oh, when I started footy, I was just getting out there.
Yeah.
Just making that habit every Thursday night, go train. And now I've developed into 2 nights a week and dieting. So it's cool. It's good to see.
Yeah, because I remember coming out to footy, and I've always been pretty I'm not skinny anymore, but I'm still skinny. But seeing you out there playing, I was like, fuck, why can't I do this shit? You know what I mean?
Because I was just a massive fat barrel. Seriously.
But it's so great. I've never been into footy since I was a kid. I used to like it. And then I was coming out and watching you every Saturday. And it was
gives you a bit of motivation, hey?
The player group, the friend, going to the club afterwards, it's just a family thing, and it's Australian, so that's what I really liked. I was like, this is an Australian only sport, and when it comes to Australia, I love our iconic things.
The footy environment's pretty toxic though. I'll give you that.
Shout out Jeps Cross.
Kilburn.
Gazer. No, that's where the toxic ones are.
Yeah, well, you're right. Well,
Kilburn's probably not that toxic.
Yeah, well. It was more that I went to go change my, my life, go and play footy. I thought, no worries, it'd be all that great. I get there, end up drinking every Saturday anyway. And so I was eating a meal after training. I was eating a snitty because you'd all go after training, go support the club. And then so the next thing is you're eating this massive schnitzel after you're meant to be doing some fitness and getting out there. And then you go support the club by eating and then having a drink. And then on Saturday nights after the game, everyone will go back to the club. And it's I didn't find it did as well for me. That's why it took me a long time in that, probably the first 2 months, I didn't lose any weight really. I just got a little bit fitter. No, I don't think I moved anything, and it's only really since That's
why I just brought it up. It was only pretty recently.
Yeah.
So when you say 3 months ago you started footy.
Yeah, that's when I started to change my life.
You didn't actually really. That's when you started changing your life to a healthier lifestyle. The actual weight loss journey is pretty recent.
Yeah, it's probably been. I've been fasting for about 2.5 weeks.
Yeah. Shout out Jordan Rhys.
Yeah. and that's working for you. Well. That is working, and it's crazy. And the biggest thing is having body goals, not looks. For me, it was a number.
Because on
the scale at the moment, because I was happy with how I looked. Yes, I was bloated as, fat as, no good, but I've always been like that, so it was never any different. So I was always used to it. But I really started when I saw what Michael was doing, how he was cutting this weight in 6 weeks' time and looking really, really insane, super lean, abs, everything. Your veins were popping.
And realise it's possible.
Yeah, it's possible, and I can do it. And then but now I'm coming down and you're coming up. So tell us a little bit about your body goal currently.
So what I did, I bulked up to just under 90 kilos. And as you've seen, it wasn't fat, but there was excess fat, That's what happens when you bulk naturally.
Yeah, you had a chin coming through.
Yeah, I had my 3rd chin on the way.
A few months we could finally give him shit for having a chin.
Yeah.
And he must have thought, that's it.
Fuck these guns. I'll show these.
So you started shredding, yeah. So how'd you do that? Talk us through that.
So all it is food. My training stayed the same. I just didn't binge eat Maccas. You gave myself a 6-week goal, and I hit it perfectly. I didn't even really tell anyone because everyone's like, yeah, whatever, this and that. So,
Yeah, and that's another thing about you. You just do things silently. We know because we're all best mates, but like.
But you didn't have to, like, you weren't someone that was posting it on their Instagram story going,
which I think you should.
1 kilo down, feeling great, this is killer. Or like, G up the bulk or G up the cup. Because at the end of the day, everyone's going to see, like, oh yeah, killer. But unless you actually do it, doesn't matter about what you're posting on social media.
Yeah, anyone can talk about it.
Anyone can talk about it.
And that's the thing with you. You don't do it for no one else. No. It's you.
It's the mindset.
What is that thing you tell me all the time? You want to be at your...
Oh, I think it's a shame to be a man and never see what you're fully capable of physically.
Yeah. See, this is why I love this dude.
Yeah, I think as a male in your prime years, you should be at your maximum physical capability. There's always room to grow mentally until you die. But physically, you got like 10 years to make it happen.
Yeah.
Because after you're 30, it's really on the downhill.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, what's the male peak of their physicality and like?
See, but that
MMA was.
You have to build up to that.
Yeah.
You can't be a fat cunt through your 20s. And then realise you're 30, you got 2 years to hit your peak. Doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
You need to build up through
the journey that
you
gets
need to
you
build
there.
up through your 20s, and if you're healthy through your 20s, late 20s, hit 30, hit 32, you'll peak. But you need to build up to that.
Yeah.
So you can't just rock up. You can't just rock up like me. Let's say when I'm 30, if I was going away, I'd be at least 130 kilos, at least. 130 kilos rocking up to my 30s going, this is my best physique, I'm feeling wicked, this is my strongest, because it's not true.
No.
If you train, like you said, throughout your whole life, your peak will be at 30 before you start. Testosterone stops, well not stops, but you lower your testosterone at 30, don't you? It starts to drop off a little bit.
Every human is slightly different, but it's roughly 28 to 32.
Yep. That's where your peak is, and then it will drop off from there.
The highest is in your early 20s when you're finishing puberty.
Yeah.
And that's when you see people go from like 18 to 25, and they like fully change. They turn into a man.
They're insane.
Yeah.
So is that level right now for us?
Yeah, we are peak testosterone. This is your body will change the most.
And that's why you're using it to your advantage?
Yeah. Well, I've always been pretty active, man.
Yeah, you were a fighter for a bit. Still are. You're repping it now.
Yeah.
Shout out Cardio Flex.
Support DFC, October 1st.
Yeah, it's gonna be a banger.
Good event.
I was meant to have Lulius on last week. We'll talk about that another time. But yeah, shout out to Cardio Flex and DFC. Pretty much the Australian Dana White, which is pretty cool.
Together.
Yeah, putting it together. So what did you change? Your diet?
Diet, training stayed the same. It's hard. The hardest part is saying no to things. Like, these guys would invite me out to burgers. I'd see the photos of your burgers and be like, that looks really good.
Yeah.
But you got to say no, and the results will show every time you say no, and it's over. You can't turn back. You feel good about it. You're happy.
Same as gym.
Yeah.
When you go, you feel good. Yeah.
That discipline that you've just applied to your life is such a good feeling.
Yeah.
And the more you do it, the easier it gets.
Yeah. It's a mental game. It's a
real
mental game.
It's real easy to say, I'll start my diet next week.
Yeah.
I'm going to have this meal now.
100%.
Well, that was the idea of our last podcast. The day of the podcast, we set a countdown.
Yeah.
And that's a podcast that I accidentally deleted. But although we didn't upload it, we still pretty well started.
Yeah, definitely.
So
I definitely have started.
You're down.
So like I said,
how much since that date?
Oh, I don't know what I was at that. I think I was about 111 kilos, 12 maybe, give or take. And so I've got 30 days left. So guys, this goal, we had a few too many drinks, and we set this goal for me that I thought was realistic, and then I really thought about it into my day-to-day life and kind of my lifestyle at the moment and how I can fit everything in and maintain that. So I set a goal that I wanted to hit 99 kilos in 6 weeks, okay? And so I'm down to 107 at the moment, and I've got 29 days left.
You can
which
do it.
Now
it's possible.
Doesn't seem
that far away.
No, because I've just done what Michael has told me from the whole time, and Jordan, a mix of Jordan and Michael. Michael maybe more diet.
I just say starve yourself.
Yeah, Jordan just says don't eat for 48 hours and you'll be fine. But Michael goes, lower your portion, eat good meal, just say no to the shit, and you'll get there. And honestly, at the moment, I weighed 106 the other day. I probably back up 107. I'm probably 107 at the moment. Like that's probably my weight at the moment. I'm not going to say I'm 106 because probably tomorrow I might weigh 107.
Yeah.
So I'm taking it day to day.
Yeah, I always add one.
Yeah, so
after a shit and
exactly right. So and just depends what I ate on that day when I weighed myself. That's another big thing. But I'm not trying to cheat the scales. I will tell you that right now. I'm not doing it as soon as I wake up and looking at that and go, all right, killer, I'm down 15 kilos because I'll weigh myself that night and then meet in the middle, if that makes sense. And I can average those weights, and then that's how I get how much I've lost, if that makes sense. So in the next morning again, from when I weigh myself that night with a full belly after dinner, I weigh myself then and in the morning, and then pretty well average out. But that average is very, very small. Like that change compared to when I ate that night to that morning is very, very little. So full belly or not, I'm still like 10 kilos down, and I've got 7 kilos to lose in 30 days, which I'm not pushing for, but it's good because that countdown is still going. So
yeah, and it is possible.
Yeah, it is possible. I need to maintain my lifestyle rather than just looking for a number, because I don't want to put it back on like I have done in the past. I want to maintain and actually develop a healthy lifestyle.
Yeah, not just a quick challenge, get fat again.
Yeah, exactly right. I don't want to do that.
Which is pretty much what we're all doing. You've been doing it for years. What got you into fitness?
Well, I've always had an active hobby or an active job.
Yeah.
Like my first jobs were like landscaping.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. My first sports were BMX, boxing, and then I went to MMA, gym. And I'm a truck driver, so I have to exercise. So
you have to exercise.
Yeah, I have to. Also get a bit heavy going.
Heavy set.
And that's just, I've been driving trucks for pretty much the second I left school to now. You don't burn enough calories.
Nah.
One of my jobs, I was unloading like thousands and thousands of kilos of cement bags a day, and the only way I could maintain weight is still intermittent fasting. You just don't burn enough. And it was back then. I reckon I probably did have a fucking what do we call it? Eating disorder.
Yeah, you probably weren't. But saying that, you weren't burning the amount of calories you were consuming though. So you were probably burning more than the average human throughout that day.
I was sweating. And I had no heater for no aircon for like 2 years.
But you were eating those calories and more. So that was your issue. So you found that fasting helped you maintain that weight.
Yeah. So pretty well intermittent fasting, I thought was my kind of barrier where this is what I need to do to keep eating all the food I want to eat, which is, we'll get into in a minute, eating disorder, borderline eating disorder. I thought fasting would allow me to keep eating the stuff I was eating, but still not feel guilty. And it worked, because I ate shit for years and I never put on weight.
You still eat pretty average though. Like on
not since this little thing we've been doing.
Yeah, you're right. Some of your voices are terrible.
Like I was eating, so like even when I was at gym, I was eating, training, still fasting, but then I'd go eat probably 3,000 calories.
Mm.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'd be like, fuck, I put on 8 kilos of muscle.
Yeah.
I started gym to get shredded.
Yeah, you walked out.
You know what I mean?
Swole.
I didn't really think about what you need to do. Just said, yep, lift, eat good. I'll look good.
Unlike Michael, he breaks it down.
Yeah, food's a science. Like
calorie deficits and...
Yeah, but when you want to lose weight, you need to be in a calorie deficit. So the way that works is calories are technically energy, but it's a number. So if you want to lose excess body fat, you need to eat just under the calories your body needs for energy, so it takes from your body fat, and that's how calorie deficit works. When you want to put on weight, you go into a calorie surplus, so you eat just a bit more than your body needs, so it gets into excess weight that your body doesn't lose. It's as simple as that when it comes to losing and gaining weight. But if you want to put on muscle, you can't just eat a little bit more, you have to lift, you have to train properly, or else you will just put on excess fat.
Yeah. And is that another 200 more than normal?
Yeah, everyone's different. You can do it fast. I go way over. I'm like way over 200.
Hence why bulk like you do.
Yeah, I put on weight quick. I lose weight quick.
Yeah, and that's...
We all should. We're young.
Yeah.
We're not lazy people. We're all pretty physical and active people. So.
But you're losing weight quicker than I did.
Yeah, but even then, I'm not even.
But is it
at my highest? Like I'm not strict on my diet.
No. You could be hell strict.
I could be honestly like for example, let's say last night I went out for dinner, had too many drinks. That's just pushing my calories up.
Mm-hmm.
I would have been, just in drinks, I would be over my calorie. I'd be in a calorie surplus. And then I ate. And then I had a burger.
Yeah.
A beef burger with chips.
Throws 3 days of dieting out the
Exactly
window.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly right. Then I'm back to where that number I was maybe 2 days ago. So do you think eating, so if I ate the correct amount of calories in a calorie deficit, but I ate shit, do you think I'd still lose weight?
You would, but you'd feel really bad. And you have to look at the amount of fat in what you're eating as well.
Yeah.
Because that doesn't turn into anything good. Saturated fat turns into body fat.
Yeah.
You eat carbs, it turns into energy.
Yeah.
So that's when you drink your calories, when you have all these alcohol drinks or whatever, you don't get nothing out of it. There's no protein.
There's no benefit.
There's no nutrition in it at all. And that's why I told you, go get those pre-made meals.
Mm-hmm.
It has all the things you need in it, and next to no fat.
Yeah.
That's why you don't feel shit.
100%. That's why I feel good at lunch now.
Mm.
I used to eat lunch at work and I wanted to go to bed. I felt shit. 1, because I was overeating. 2, God, I love combo rolls, like dog rolls and dim sims, and I'm a sucker for all that. And I used to eat it at work way too often. But now, since you said, just get a meal, 350 grams, you know what's in it, you know what fats are in it, carbs, protein, you know what you're eating. And if you eat that every single day, you can have an idea of what calories you're intaking and what your body is burning.
To a T.
Yeah.
To a T. Those meals are great.
Yeah.
And I had one the other day, first time Muscle Chef meal, that one of the servo.
They're good.
Just knowing exactly to the gram what you're having. And I think a lot of it's kind of a placebo. Because afterwards I felt really good. But was it just the placebo of me knowing that I put the right stuff in me? Or was it actually the right stuff?
I don't think so, because you didn't overeat. You ate what your body, or what people are making these meals.
That's what we need.
Obviously, there's science behind these certain percentages of food in these meals that you buy. They don't make you feel shit. It's funny though. Like when I first started eating those meals, like the JRMEDIA meals, which are about 300 grams and roughly anywhere from 300 calories to 500 calories in a meal, I'd have to drink a litre of water with that meal to feel full. Yeah. Now, I eat one of those and I'm like, whoa, I feel full. Like seriously, I don't have to eat anything. I don't have to eat anything except that meal. And even by the time I finish that meal, I'm like, I could keep eating that because it's so delicious, but I'm actually full.
Yeah. Well, we don't, and this is what I've got noted here for this podcast. We as humans, we don't need that much food.
No.
Like 2022, human race, we eat a fuckload of food.
Oh yeah.
Way too much.
Yeah.
You know when you go and get a 5-course meal at a fancy ass restaurant, they come out with this tiny thing on your plate. That's all you need.
Yeah.
But our generation, and this is back to the borderline eating disorders, you're like, what the fuck is this? Yeah. Give me a fucking Whopper with cheese, with chips on the side.
Double that up.
And a Sprite, and then I might even get a bacon deluxe.
Yeah.
We only needed the fries.
Yeah.
Do you know what? And it like factual, we only needed the fries.
Maybe not for nutrition side, but for calorie and total food in one serving. Like we had a look the other day. Jordan had a very average cheat meal. I'm going to call you out here. You had 2 Whoppers with cheese, okay? 2 Whoppers with cheese.
This was like mid during. So this was after a 24-hour fast.
Yeah. Finished work.
2 or 3 weeks in on my diet, and my stomach has shrunken. And I thought, I'm just going to pull the trigger because, just quickly, I don't want to get off track, but we still got a life to live. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? As much as we want to be healthy and shit, we're going to die.
Excuses. It's true.
No,
It's
really,
an
it is excuses.
It's an excuse.
It is excuses, I'll admit it.
Mm-hmm.
Fair and clear, it's an excuse. But that's a mindset I had that day, and it was weakness. And what did I say to you boys afterwards? I was like,
shit.
I just ate 3 days worth of food in one sitting.
I think we worked it out. It was 2,100 calories in about 5 minutes worth of eating.
80 grams of fat.
No, more than that because he had the chips as well.
Yeah.
It was 80 grams of fat in the 2 Whoppers. And then he had the chips and the little balls on top.
And what I was really, really like...
That's what I eat in like probably 2 days.
Now, yeah.
Yeah, in what he had in one meal. That's why I gave him so much shit. Even I'm the biggest set bloke, but I'll always rinse this bloke if he overeats.
That's what we all do now, and as much as we hate it,
yeah,
like especially this borderline eating disorder shit that you guys are going on
trigger
about.
point, eh?
Yeah, because like...
Well, it's true though, because it that eating disorder that we say you may have, that Michael, I don't really say it because I can't talk because I make some shit choices.
But he eats the most.
But he does it for a reason.
Yeah. No, even during your shred.
But I was training every day.
Yeah, I know, but it was just an
you finished work
sitting
in a truck all day and decided to go get 2 Whoppers with cheese, a medium chips with like 6 chicken balls.
And the thing is, these boys think we all give each other shit, so of course they say to me, "Oh, you do that every day." I don't have Hungry Jacks every day. They know that we just pull each other's leg. I used to, I'll admit it. My diet used to be extra longs from Hungry Jacks. I had pimples all over my face. I never got fat. That's when I was like 17, 18. Never got fat. Still shredded as. But just pimples everywhere. I'm going to stop eating this for lunch every day. Pimples, gone. Never had one since.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So back then, obviously, my metabolism was faster. As Michael says, everyone's body's different. Pimples were gone, but never got fatter. And now, it's like, I weighed an extra 2 kilo after that day.
So the thing about stuff like that is when you eat the healthy stuff, that is what will determine your weight. But when you eat unhealthy stuff, that determines your health. And that's why your health went to shit. And the easiest way to tell is your skin. You got pimples. You look gross when you don't naturally have pimples.
But you are what you eat.
100%. If you're eating oily shit, your skin gets oily.
You're going to be coming vegetable oil.
Deep fried.
Deep fried fucking
oil.
vegetable olive oil.
Yeah. But yeah, going back to what I said, eating the right things in the same calories compared to eating the wrong thing, for example, Macca's feed, in the same calories. So if you're comparing 2 meals, exactly the same calories, you, obviously this is pretty straightforward, but you think you'll get a lot more beneficial out of eating the healthier food with the right nutrition than you would the Hungry Jacks.
100%. Because if you, for example, just say you have 2 pasties, right? That's probably, 300 calories?
Yeah.
What do you get out of it? Nothing. There's just carbs and fat and maybe a little bit of stuff.
A little bit of meat and a couple of carrots.
And all the processed stuff that's...
What'd you say? Pasty?
Yeah.
Well,
2 pasties.
They're not good for you.
This is what I said the other day, right? So, before you put a pasty in an oven, they're fucking like... It's paper thin pastry. Just because it blows up, it doesn't add a calorie.
Yeah, it just looks bigger.
It just looks...
Do you know what I mean?
It looks worse.
That's why I've been eating pasties. Because it's paper thin.
Where I was going with it, you have a 300 calorie meal, your Dermot's meal.
Yeah, 350 I think.
That has so much good stuff in it. That's why you don't feel crap after. That's why you're not hungry. Your body's not looking for more energy out of the food you just ate. You could probably have a couple of pasties, for example.
I'll eat 5 pasties.
Be hungry in an hour.
100%.
Because you have nothing. Your body got nothing from that.
Yeah.
But you can have, your small little meal. Takes you 5 minutes to eat. Your body got everything. You're not hungry again for 5 hours.
At least.
And it takes you a little bit for your body to learn that. That's why at the start you had to drink a litre of water.
Yeah.
But now, I think your body's starting to adapt to what you're eating and using all of it that's in it. And that's why you feel good after.
That's why I feel great after. Like for example, I'm not having a go at you, but if I ate what you ate on the daily basis, I don't think I'd be where I'm at now.
No way.
No, I don't think so. I know. There's no, because that's what I used to do. There's no chance. You have to watch what you eat. You have to enjoy your food, but you have to watch your nutrition as well.
You have to put the right stuff into your body.
100%. Otherwise, how's your body going to enjoy... Because I fast till 12 o'clock now. That's another big thing. And no sugar in my coffee in the morning, no milk, just coffee and water. That's it, till 12. And then I'll eat lunch. And then that will be a 350 gram dairy milk. It's crazy though, because these two guys... Michael's more the diet side of things. Jordan's really helped me with the fasting side of things. So it's good because I've taken like a mesh of these two fit young dudes. Like you're really fit. You're not fat.
No,
okay?
No, I'm not fat.
You're not overweight. You make some shit choices when you eat, but you're not fat. You're
because
not
of
super
fasting.
Unhealthy. Yeah.
If I stopped fasting,
fat boy income.
Yeah, I think I'd gain some serious weight. And that's why I do know a lot about fasting. Shout out to Joe Rogan, because I've been doing it, no joke, man, 3 years straight. Like intermittent fasting. I would not eat until 12 o'clock. I wouldn't do it. Do you know what I mean? But now what I'm doing is the fasting. I'll probably go a bit over now because I'm trying to do the whole weight loss thing. I'm going like 24 hours sometimes, no food.
Yeah.
I don't need food.
Yeah.
This is what we were talking about the other day, right? If you're talking about the facts of an eating disorder, Michael's got an eating disorder.
At the moment with his bulk, yeah.
His body, no, even a shred. You couldn't eat. How would you feel 24 hours no food?
I'd probably die, bro.
Mm.
Yeah.
So that factual is an eating disorder.
But he's burning a fuck ton
I
of
know,
calories.
But that doesn't matter.
Well,
I can run
but
without a calorie. He can't.
But it does matter.
Yeah.
It does matter. Because think about it.
So you think if I was training, I'd have to eat?
Because I don't have excess body fat.
100%.
So I don't have excess energy that my body can take.
But I fasted when I was training for a whole year straight.
Yeah, fasting, but if you were to... Okay, so yeah, I get that, but I feel
Your
like...
body adjusts.
Yeah, correct.
I've been doing it a long time.
Yeah.
Like for you, the first 2 days, you were like, bro, I feel this way. I said, yep, that is exactly how you're meant to be feeling. Because your body right now is like, what's going on? Why haven't I had my morning coffee?
Yeah.
Your body shocks itself for the first few days. I said, just stick to it. I know it's hard, but 5 days in, you'll be like, whoa, I feel heaps good.
It wasn't even, hey. It
the
was
whole
like,
morning, your body is just taking from stored fat cells while you're laying your papers or whatever you're doing.
That first day, like, no word of a lie, I felt Gumby.
Yeah.
Like...
Full goofy.
Goofy.
Yeah.
Like, weird, man. I was like, for example, we
had no energy to run anything.
No, exactly right. Because I usually, even when I was just turning into fasting, I was still having a pear at 9 o'clock in the morning and a coffee with sugar and milk.
Which is about, what's a pear calorie?
Probably like 60 to 100.
60. So ending a fast. I think 16 calories will end a fast.
Yeah. So.
But you were doing the whole snacks in bed and.
Look, I'm not that bad on that. My other half is pretty bad on that. And look, I won't sit there. If
there's nothing wrong with it.
No, if I don't have those snacks in fucking front of me in that bed, there's no thought of it. Maybe like a glass of milk at night, that's maybe my killer. Calorie at night. Yeah. Heaps of sugar.
Yeah, milk's fattening stuff, man.
Very, very bad. And I love a glass of milk at night. But I have
because you're brought up, this helps my bones. Like a carrot. I used to just munch carrots. Yeah, my eyes. Because I'm blind in one eye. I used to be like, yeah, my eye's going to come good. But it's like milk.
But it's like, it's that extra calorie that takes about 30 seconds to consume a glass of milk. That adds up so much further, especially if I'm having this at 10 o'clock at night. So back in the day, a little while ago, I used to eat probably 8, 9 o'clock because that's when I'd get home from, whatever I'm doing, my activities and my cars and not training, but I might wait now after dinner and go, I could go a glass of milk. But now, if I'm going to do that, I'm doing that in my fasting hours. And then I won't eat, I won't consume any calories till the next morning. And then that next morning, I'm consuming a nutritious, low-calorie meal that makes me feel good. So it's kind of like you take the good for the bad.
Plus a few dumplings.
Hey, yeah. Well, yeah, you're right. No, I'm not going to lie.
Every now and then. Yeah.
Exactly right. I went...
Because you still need to cure that eating disorder.
Dude, I was
starving. You need to cure the mental.
I was starving
this
that day.
doesn't taste that good.
I felt that hungry in my stomach. You know when you're hungry, like proper
That was a day
hungry?
after drifting.
Yeah.
That's a day at Hungry Jack's. We had a big weekend.
Yeah, we had a
Shout
massive
out to
weekend.
Julie.
Yeah.
What a weekend.
Loveday Motorsports.
What'd you come? Fifth.
Fifth
in his first ever drift event.
So make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Jump on the Loveday YouTube. I'll have to.
It was
plug
amazing. It was amazing.
So,
All right, back to it.
But yeah,
We ate shit the next day because it was a.
It was a big day. It was a Sunday. We ate very little. We burnt a heap of calories.
Sunburn.
We were out in the sun all day. It was a big day for me. The next day, I know.
And you deserved it.
I know I didn't eat enough on that Sunday. I didn't eat nutrition because I had some chicken burger from the canteen. That was it. And then the next day,
and you burn a lot of calories when you got adrenaline.
Yeah. And it was 9 o'clock, and I was fiending. I was hungry. I was like, I'm gonna break my fast. I didn't, but the boys for lunch, they went to go get a dog roll. I was like, I'll go in there. I'll get a dog roll.
But you didn't break your fast?
No.
So that's good.
Not until 12.
And that's the benefit of fasting. You probably, as much as you ate probably more than you should have, you can.
Yeah. Well,
that's what fasting is.
I walked into that place wanting a fucking dog roll, and I walked out with 2 tiny little dim sims.
And a dairy meal.
And I ate my dairy meal. And so even though I had those 2 little dim sims, that eating disorder that I have to walk into that shop and buy the whole fucking shop, two rolls and 2 dim sims and a spring roll.
Yeah.
That is slowly deteriorating because I'm making better choices throughout my food. But the reason why I'm making better choices without my food is because I have people around that will support me and also roast me.
Oh yeah.
if I'm doing shit. Like when I had those 2 extra dim sims, I was ready to go through the phone and punch this bloke in the face.
We have the most toxic way of motivation.
100%.
It's raw.
It's great though.
But it works.
Yeah. Positive motivation is for women, in my opinion.
Yeah, it is.
As a man,
if a chick read our group chat, they would be like,
Therapy.
These guys need to go to like mental institution.
Yeah. These blokes don't even like each other. Like seriously.
Yeah.
If you listen to some of the voice messages that we sent to each other, like, wow, if we took this serious, people would be actual salty.
And we do get salty.
Some of us do.
I don't personally. I get pissed off, but I don't get salty.
I think it's the same thing, bro.
Same shit.
Yeah.
But
if you're affected by what someone is saying, you're getting salty, annoyed, pissed off.
Offended.
The eating disorder thing got me because I've fasted for so many years.
Because he believes that fasting, you can eat whatever the hell you want in your fast. But Michael to an extent, but Michael and I were telling mate, you can't eat a 24-hour fast on 2 Whoppers and a 2,100 calorie meal.
So you need
with no nutrition in it.
Yeah.
It's not plausible.
You need to nourish yourself after you fast,
Correct.
which
and
I
that's
wasn't
why
doing.
That's why we give you shit and say you've got an eating disorder.
But still wasn't takeaway. So I'd usually end my fast on a dog roll, which is not too bad.
It's not.
I looked it up. It's like 750 calories, but still too much.
Oh, not really. Depending
if
what
I have
you're
a small
doing.
dinner.
Depending what you're doing.
Bread and pork. That stuff's not the best for you, really. Pork's not that nutritious.
But if you're going to go eat that dog roll at 3 o'clock and then eat dinner at 5 and eat till you're full till dinner, that fasting, that can't be the best way to lose weight. There must be... There has to be other methods to lose weight from fasting.
This is the thing, right? It wasn't...
And it's not eating. and it's not eating the shit in your fast. And it's not eating those shitty meals. It's lowering your calorie count, being in a calorie deficit, like you're saying, and that's what's in my head, calorie deficit.
You want to try and get in the most nutrition you can in the minimal amount of calories and fat. Mm-hmm. That's what those meals you're doing is so good, especially because you get the light ones. Yeah. When I get them, I get the bloody big bulker ones.
Yeah, the big pastas and stuff. Like that's what I started on, but now I'm just like brown rice and chicken.
Yeah.
Fasting for me was not to lose weight. This is why I said that.
To maintain.
Yeah, I maintain, and mentally I live a little bit ancestrally. I like, you can say I'm a conspiracy theorist, but like fasting it's a great thing, not only to maintain or lose weight, it's pretty ancestral. Do you know what I mean? Some of our ancestors didn't even know when the next meal was. So I'd like to live as ancestrally as possible.
Fasting's a hard game, man. Honestly, like, I'm mentally pretty good. I can force myself to do things, but just going without food when I want it, I would hate to do that.
Yeah.
See, I don't want.
But you get used to it though. That's like those first couple of days were saying where I felt goofy. You get used to that.
Yeah.
And then it becomes a habit rather than a choice. So you know, if you don't have, like, literally, when I leave the house now, I leave with one dairy meal. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all. And a litre of water. That's the only thing I'll leave with. But prior, a pear, a banana, crackers, cheese. I did it all at Smoker.
Yeah.
And then I'd have my lunch. And then...
Which was?
Well, depending.
Where
Depending if I packed my lunch or if I bought my lunch.
What would you get?
Well, I'd probably get a pie.
Yeah.
Probably maybe one or two. I wouldn't get sweets or anything like that.
You'd always get that little extra.
Yeah, just to really top it off and make you feel really shit.
That's the thing. That's why I believe I've lost weight now. Because my original fasting thing was to maintain weight. Now that I'm doing the whole weight loss thing, it's fasting with the calorie deficit.
Okay.
So, like, instead of going and get a combo rice, which I don't give a fuck what any of you say. My brother tries to tell me it's good, but he has a major eating disorder.
Oh, Jamie's bad.
There's a lot of calories in that.
Yeah, there is a lot of calories in the whole, like, probably a cup and a half of rice. Deep fried chicken.
Shout out Urban Rolls.
Pork ribs.
Great bulk meal.
And egg. There's a lot of calories in that.
Think about that's fried chicken.
Yeah.
No good. And then you got he's always having sauce or something with it.
Yeah.
Pork, not that good, high fat. And then white rice, probably the most high calorie, also high carb.
And then a sugary fish sauce.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally douse
and an egg.
The highest calorie rice, doused in sugary shit, topped with an egg, and then topped with sauce.
With fried meat.
And he would always get something on the side.
Yeah. I'm that person as well that would get that spring roll.
Well, we were.
I was.
This is why we've never lost weight.
Yeah.
And now, these blokes are eating... What did you say? You had a combo the other day.
Yeah, I had a combo the other day.
I couldn't do it.
I struggled to.
Yeah, you had a noodle salad.
A noodle salad?
Yeah.
And even then, I was like... And the day before, the week before, I went with Alicia, Jamie, all combo rices, bro. 4 cold rolls.
Yeah.
I felt killer.
It's that better choice that will benefit you in the long run.
And it does. And it really does.
So with you, you're bulking at the moment, aren't you?
Yeah.
What calories are you consuming on a daily basis?
About 4,500.
Wow.
Wow. At the start...
Imagine me and you, bro, I would...
At the start of the bulk, I had to build up to this because the heavier you get, and because the heavier I get, the harder I train, the more I need to consume so I don't get to a maintenance weight.
Yeah.
So basically, the further I got through my cut, I had to eat less and less and less to continue losing weight. And you realise that?
I'm realising that.
So you'll be coming to a plateau pretty soon.
I'm at a plateau at 107, I honestly believe, but that's also because of my shitty choices.
Yeah. So if you are strict every single day of the week like I was, you won't plateau. You'll go down.
Yeah, no,
you're going
exactly
down.
right.
But see, it's easy to cheat when you notice you've lost 10 kilo. You'd be like, oh, what's one half decent night?
Exactly right.
And that's where you have to discipline yourself to say, no, I'm on a good roll. Why would I stop?
Or, for me, because I want this to be maintainable. So your cut was on a 6-week time frame.
Yeah.
My weight loss is over my life.
Yeah.
I want to improve my life. That's why I said maintenance of what I'm doing right now is a massive thing for me. Otherwise, I'm just going to put it all back on.
And that's why I got you on the fasting.
Yeah.
Because it is simple.
Yeah, it's straightforward, but it comes to that.
But we are drinking.
I'm still going to eat. Like, for example, last night it was Dad's birthday. Okay, for example, we went out with the family. I'm gonna get that burger.
Yeah.
I'm gonna eat that. I'm gonna eat it. But do you know what? Guess what I had today?
Not much.
No.
Yeah, you had
Exactly
that one
right.
little.
I had
meal.
that meal today, and then I had I probably had a higher calorie meal for dinner, but that was, you know, like the little kitchen at Drake's.
Yeah.
So I went there and bought that at about 3:00. Had a tiny little bit of that, and I knew I was full. Saved it for later, and then by the time I had probably, again, this is probably not the best choice, but it was like a little bit of pork and some potatoes, which is not shit, which is not good.
It's nutritious, but it's high calorie.
Exactly right. It's high calorie, but the amount that I had wasn't the meal that I was having previously. So before I'd eat that whole bowl.
Yeah.
Me and Karina shared that, and she ate more than I did of that bowl. And so I still believe, even though I made that bad choice of like a high calorie meal, depending on how much of those calories I actually ate at the end of the day as well. And it's like, but now we're sitting here drinking, no sugar Coke with a bit of rum.
Which is, the no sugar Coke, I think it's got 1 calorie, 1.1.
It's finding a happy medium, but I know next week, Monday, I've got that meal in that fridge ready to take that one meal to work. Well, I've got that mindset, and I know I'm not going to eat till 12 o'clock because I've got that one meal. And so it's like, I feel like you got to take the good for the bad. I'm probably not as strict as I probably should be, but I'm also not trying to be a fucking bodybuilder overnight.
Yeah.
I'm doing
it's a journey, and you're about the journey.
Yeah,
and that's why
I'm balls deep in this journey.
When I had Hungry Jacks that day, I skipped dinner. They ate good food that night too. Not eating. I done a 26-hour fast the next day
to make up for it. Yeah.
And that's what you've been telling me. Forget about the daily calorie intake.
It should be over a week.
A week.
That's why when you have that big meal on the weekend, whenever you had it, you need to make up for that over the week.
Yeah.
And that's really smart too. So that's another thing.
It makes it easy to somewhat enjoy food.
Yeah.
Like if you make food a science, like I do, you don't really like it anymore. I don't enjoy food that much. Yeah. You know, but if you...
Not when you're force feeding yourself.
No.
Oh, and we went and played footy. So if you're going to eat a stupid amount of calories, go burn some of it off.
Go for a walk, go for a ride.
We kicked the ball for a good 2.5 hours, which was wicked, you know.
It's the same concept as like just saying that I did that on a clean meal and I felt killer. You should have seen him after his 2 Whoppers and all his calories he took. Sluggish.
Bullshit.
You felt it.
Yeah,
you felt sluggish.
it.
Be honest. You might as well tell him how you felt because after eating that high calorie meal.
Definitely, but I'm not that fit anyway, to be honest.
But after that meal,
I'm injured.
When you were training, they didn't make you feel good to have that in your gut.
No. Well, this is the thing that's crazy. Like, I want to go and eat something clean and do that same thing and feel the difference mentally and physically.
I tell you right now, I would have felt 10 times better than you did. And that's from personal experience.
But you were high.
Yeah, don't worry about that. But it's high or not.
Physically, his body had the nutrition and the energy to get through that. You had nothing.
Well, I don't have asthma. I felt like I had asthma.
Yeah.
Remember I went for your buffer?
You were clogged up.
Felt like my lungs were collapsing on me. But I'm like that anyway.
Because what fuel did your body have?
Mad Whopper with cheese, bro.
That's not fuel.
Yeah,
what he had?
E85.
Yeah. Bro, that's like E10.
Yeah.
Legit, yeah.
E10 when you tuned to 98.
That was gas in a petrol motor.
Yeah. Not diesel, bro.
Yeah, that's it. No good.
But anyway, so...
But I guarantee if you did that again and kicked the footy, you would have felt lighter, more nimble, better. Your body would actually be using that energy that you put into your body that was good calories.
Well, do you know...
You would have used those good calories.
Do you know what's crazy right now? So a lot of the people podcast, JRMEDIA, no one really knows, but I injured my back like February last year. And just to the left of us here, my mum bought me an inversion table. I'm not in that much pain at the moment. Do you know how much energy you burn in pain every day? Like, I used to get home and I'm like, I'm going to bed. I'm in that much pain and my week. Well, I don't think I'm weak, man. I'm pretty strong-minded. But I thought, I'm in pain. I've been working 9-10 hours. I need to go to bed. I deserve it. I shouldn't be in this pain at my age. Now that I'm on this inversion table, shout out inversion tables, killer for disc issues. I feel good, man. Like, front flip the other day.
Yeah.
On the footy field. Do you know what I mean? Like, so I feel like I've got that energy back.
For not being in pain.
Just from not being in pain. I don't have that thing in my head saying I've got to go to bed. I need a rest. I don't feel like I need rest right now.
Talking about rest, what hours of sleep do you need a day to achieve your highest
optimal is
Optimal,
8.
that's
It's
the word
hard
I'm
to
looking for.
achieve if you have a life.
Yeah, for you, you're a night owl. You're fucking
Yeah, I'm bad. I get like
You're
5 hours sleep.
rooting
max.
till like 4 in the morning.
I'm about 6. I'm about
Yeah.
6 hours, so I'll wake up at 6 every morning.
6 is good.
6 is good.
And I feel like at my age, but saying that, by the time it comes Friday, I will crash. Friday, I will crash on 6 hours of sleep every single night.
Yeah, I always have a nap after work.
Always Friday nights I will nap. Maybe not during the week because I'm always doing something else, but I know Friday. I'm like, it's Friday.
Bedtime.
Friday, boys. I can sleep.
Bedtime.
Yeah, it's just,
So, like,
just,
a little roundup, right? So, to lose weight, Michael.
Calorie deficit, train, don't eat shit, give your body what it needs, and that's it.
And have that mental discipline, right?
Mental discipline. But you need to be really hard on yourself. If you can't be friendly to yourself when you have a real goal and it's hard to achieve.
Yeah.
All the best things in
Nothing's
life,
easy.
nothing is easy when it's good. It's like, for example, you look at someone on Centrelink. Their life is actually easy.
Easy.
They don't do nothing. But they get nothing good from it.
Correct.
You know, like a fat person's life, it's easy. What do? Go home, watch TV, eat a burger? Easy as. They get nothing good from that. It's so easy to be easy on yourself.
But your body takes a toll.
Yeah, or even your mind. You become weak.
Yeah, you're right.
And to gain muscle.
To gain muscle, eat a lot, but eat good stuff. Lift heavy, lift a lot.
Tear your muscles.
Yeah.
And replenish those muscles with food that will repair those tears pretty well.
There's no way to look like someone who goes to the gym without going to the gym.
Like, and to look like a serious athlete is what Michael's was. It's a lifestyle.
It is your life.
It's not drinking on a podcast. You know,
well, I'm hating myself for that. I shouldn't have done it, but...
Can you feel it though? Because you don't drink.
No.
Really? Fuck.
I don't think so.
I'm hell. I'm not that sober right now.
Oh, I've had 3, but it's not like I'm a stranger to alcohol. That's probably another thing that lets me down on weekends and stuff.
You drink a lot. I don't.
Well, not really.
I personally would rather like smack 20 joints in one night than have 10 drinks.
I'm not really that big of a drinker. You'll never ever see me drinking during the week unless it was last night. And that was because...
Oh yeah, weeknights. No, we don't drink.
I don't drink weeknights. I will never... I don't even have beer.
Smoking though.
I don't even have beer in my fridge. I don't have beer in my fridge.
No.
I don't have any sort of alcohol at home at all.
I think we're doing pretty well for our generation. No, I'm talking about all of us. For what we're doing, grinding podcasts and working, and we've all got goals we're trying to tick off. We're doing well for like the world we're living in.
It's just too easy to fall into a trap, which I fell in pretty heavily from probably 17 to now, if that makes sense. Like the last 4 months, I fell into a big trap.
And like I said, it's actually easy to do that. Like mentally and physically, it's easy to let yourself go.
It's so much easier.
What you're doing now is actually harder.
100%.
But you gain something from it.
It's so much more rewarding.
You don't gain things from an easy life.
No.
You don't progress physically, mentally, financially, at all.
No.
You have, as a man, I feel like you have to be very hard on yourself. And that's like going back to the topic of that we first come up with.
Soldiers and...
You know how hard... You probably don't even know. I don't talk about it. But in my mind, I talk to myself bad.
Yeah.
And that's what makes me force myself to do. These are like, I don't know how you do it, this and that. It's like, you just don't want to know how I do it.
Yeah, because it's pretty toxic probably in your mind sometimes.
We'll go through it again in another podcast, a bit more detail.
Yeah.
About my life and shit that led up to all these, like, patterns in my mind. That's a story for another day.
Yeah.
A bit more in depth, growing up in the north and stuff.
In the north.
Growing up in the hood.
Yeah.
But that's a story for another day. That can be a whole separate segment.
Yeah.
Today's more about health and healthy mind and body.
Development.
Ooh,
changing our lifestyle with goals that we're all setting for each other and helping each other. And
a major thing in this generation I quickly want to touch on before we end it up. Body dysmorphia. It's a major issue. The
social media has created that.
The shit we swipe through on our phones. Women, me and Giles are going to do a podcast with both our partners in the next, I think tomorrow night, if we get it done.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. You know, you're swiping past TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. Me and my partner have actually put a cap on it. We don't do it really anymore. We don't do the TikTok swiping. I've never really done it. It can lead you down a road of You can either be led down the road where, whoa, I'm motivated and I want to go down that road, or you can lead down that narrow, weak-minded road where, like, wow, I'm depressed.
Yeah, getting stuck in the trap of scrolling and comparing your lifestyle to...
And doing nothing to change it.
Yeah, like, for example, if you compared your life to a TikToker, like a health TikToker.
He needs to do it. We've been talking about it.
Yeah.
You're very good at what you do, and I think you need to push it, because we don't want to fucking drive trucks, bro.
Yeah. I want to make some sort of social media account. I feel like I've got a lot of knowledge, and to just keep it to myself, it's going to go to waste.
And it works. Yeah. And that's why I want to have you on the podcast, because for a 20, how old are you, 22 now?
22, yeah.
Like, you know, people look at us like we're just people from the north, running amok, doing stupid shit.
There's a lot more to us as humans.
There's a lot more to us all as humans, hence why I started the podcast. Because we are just people from the north, deep down.
Yeah.
And
boys from the hood.
And Giles from the east.
Yeah. Paul Rush Road.
Far out, lads. Come on.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
But drop an address as well.
You should do it, man. Because I wanted to touch on this for a long time. Like, this is what I wanted to lead down this podcast too. Like, we crack the shits every day. Like, we message each other in the group chat. Is this life?
Yeah, this sucks.
What the fuck are we doing?
I'm not driving this Iveco
around. Iveco. And, like, definitely me. So, like, I've got a real bad back. I hurt my back at work. The guy I hurt my back for at work, I'm injured for the rest of my life. This guy wouldn't even remember my name. Do you know what I mean?
See?
So why?
It's really weird, but, like, I'm not
like,
really...
even you telling me today you want to go do civil. No, you don't. You don't want to do civil. You want to smash your fucking YouTube, sit here and podcast and chat shit with me and be a successful businessman, social media, not really an influencer, but you don't want to be a civil worker.
Look, I will beg to differ in that, because I want a normal life as well. I don't want to live my whole life on a fucking screen. I hate that. So that 9 to 5 job that I have 5 days a week.
Why is that normal though?
Is very beneficial for me, because one, it keeps my mind ticking, it keeps me active, it keeps me learning. I'm an apprentice at the moment. I've taken a pay cut to learn and develop as a tradesman in civil, and it's really good, because at work we have, you know, an hour here, an hour there, where we got a bit of downtime that I can actually focus and develop on my own things as well, while being paid for it. So it's all well and good. It's all well and good to say, you know, we don't want to be doing this for the rest of my life, but what tells me I want to do social media and shit for the rest of my life?
Do you find working, the routine is a satisfying feeling? That's what I like about work.
100%.
You have to get up and do something every day.
Yep.
Back when I didn't work, when me and you used to hang out all the time, every day was the weekend.
It's a dud life.
Yeah.
It's a shit life.
I used to sit there thinking,
it
fucking
sucks.
hell, man. Like, this is what dull bludgers live. This is sick.
It was living.
We were punching joints at Henley Beach, bro, in the middle of the day. Yeah. Jack Daniels one hand, peddling to Glenelg. Like, do you know what I mean? It was amazing, man. But you can't do it forever.
But what you said, that routine is what's helped me. Because I was straight out of school, I worked on the wharf, I was casual. I didn't know if I was working tomorrow till 5 o'clock that night. So my schedule and routine was, I didn't have one. So I found that I was sleeping till 12 o'clock. Most days I wasn't working. And I do nothing.
Yeah.
But now, I work a 9 to 5 and I don't have to get up at 6 o'clock every morning to get to work. I know I'm already in that process of what's my next step? What do I do next?
So you like the Matrix?
I enjoy it. Personally, I enjoy getting up every day and having something to go to, because
a sense of purpose.
Yeah. But you...
Look, the sense of purpose is
what about for yourself?
You
don't want to make someone else rich.
People don't give a fuck what I do, but for what and how I succeed in things, consistency is a massive fucking thing for me.
And going to work's consistent.
Exactly right. Consistency, and that's where going to work. I know I have lunch at 12 o'clock every day.
But if someone offers
it makes it easy to fast if I know.
Yeah, you're at work.
Everybody is eating at 12 o'clock. it comes to the weekend. That's when I break my fast, and that's when I overeat. So if I had that consistency throughout the whole week and the weekend, I'd be better again, mentally, physically. I'd have better set goals. But I set my goals at work for outside of life. All day, I'm writing new notes. In work hours, I'm writing new notes, focusing it, organising jumpers, placing orders, uploading videos, editing videos, going through what I want to do for after work as well. So it's not like I'm limiting myself going to work. It's not like I'm developing. It's not like I'm not developing as a human because I have to go to work. A lot of people fall into the trap where they're at work, they go do this thing, they'll go home, they'll sleep.
So you don't want to stop working and just grind doing what you want to do?
Personally, at this stage... Or
is that what you want to do? You want to be a civil...
Well, personally, at this stage of my life, I'm not able to...
Yeah, but if you got like a contract, they come through tomorrow and say, well, look, we want you to be a full-time YouTuber.
Yeah, I'd quit on the spot.
Yeah, so you don't want to be in the Matrix.
Well...
That's still a job.
It's still...
It's not a job if you love it. I love this shit, bro.
Yeah, but
we both love this shit.
Oh, dude, I spend my whole life, like...
You're very motivated. That's what I mean. Like, don't get stuck in the Matrix, bro, like that.
But the Matrix helps me develop my skills outside of work as well.
Yeah, but what happens if you switch work for something else?
Well,
it's not work. It's probably not work that develops you.
Well, it is.
The mindset of having a routine develops you, so find another routine.
Well,
you know
me,
what I mean?
as an apprentice, I'm learning every single day. That's how it works. I'm learning. Like, I'm not...
Not really, though. That's the issue right now with your apprenticeship.
Well, I'm like, nothing against you, but I'm not sitting there in a truck delivering pipes to a workplace, the same site. You know where you've got to park and where you've got to unload. I'm not doing that.
It's not.
I'm going to a different site every single day, looking at the bigger picture, whether it comes to, and then doing the work, and then seeing a before and after. That's what I like.
Yeah, see, truck drivers a dud job, bro.
See,
we got the same deliveries every day.
See, with our job, it's not like a job that you progress in, but I do enjoy our job. Like, it's easy.
But do you enjoy it because it's easy, or you enjoy it?
I find it gives you a lot of, like, freedom as well. When I was on site, there was a time where you're allowed to check your phone. They tell you when you eat your lunch, stuff like that.
Yeah.
With me, if I'm hungry...
You're your own boss as soon as you leave the yard.
If I'm hungry at 11, I can pull into a servo and grab a snack. Good luck doing that on site. You can't leave, you know?
You've got things you need to finish.
I don't like...
You've got that half an hour break.
Me personally, I don't like having any of it. And this goes back to like the shit I'm into. We got one shot at life. Do you know what I mean?
But can I bring the 15 months you sat at home
up? Yeah.
This is getting a little bit personal now, but
on
this is
my
what
own
this is about.
terms.
On your own terms. But in those 15 months, did you achieve what you would want to achieve?
I don't think you used that time as well as you could have.
No, well, I tried, and I got fucked over.
You did it day by day. That was the problem. You didn't look and say, alright, I got 15 months to do this, this and this. You did every single day.
Well, I didn't know I had 15 months. I thought my back was going to be better in a few weeks, so go back to work.
Yeah, but when you're 12 months in, surely you like, okay, you weren't posting videos. I'm just saying this is what I would do in that 15 months.
Cops took my shit.
Doesn't matter. That's an excuse.
You had the money to go buy this stuff. You bought it anyway.
Yeah, a week before.
You know what I mean? Like,
I agree. So I started e-commerce. Chose a shit product. Everything else was perfect.
But you didn't bounce back from that loss. That was your issue.
No, because then that comes down to my fucking OCD. So everything crashed. It was on my sister's laptop because the cops took mine. And I had the mindset where I wasn't going to let the cops achieve what they wanted to achieve, and that was me going out and buying new shit. And I wouldn't do it.
But you also didn't achieve anything not going out and buying new shit.
Yeah. No.
Those 15 months, theoretically, was a waste.
I didn't.
Because...
I had a fucking... No, well...
You had a good time, and you had freedom to do
whatever. It
whatever
wasn't about the good time. The first thing in my head was trying to get better, which I realised. I realised about 6 months down, I'm not getting better. And this is when I started talking to real specialists. Once your disc goes and you're back, you're not getting better.
There's not much coming back from that.
But
there isn't. And once I had that mindset, it was like, fuck, like, this is really how I'm going to feel for the rest of my life. And this was just the tear in my disc.
So why do you have that mindset now where you told pretty well me, do I want to be in the Matrix?
Because I'm back at work. I realised this isn't what I want to do. Because I had all that time off and you get comfortable with that feeling. I don't have work tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm going to go to gym. I'm going to fix my back.
Put
Then I'm going to do fuck all.
Yeah.
But at the start, bro, I sat like this. You know what I mean? Because I had that idea, I don't want to go back to work. I don't want to go back to work. Now I'm back at work, that mindset's back. I don't want to do this.
Yeah.
Now I'm grinding.
So you lost. So you lost a bit of motivation.
Motivation. I lost it all.
Yeah.
Well, I realised. I thought
I think you just got comfortable. You got way.
You get too comfortable. You know what I mean? But then you realise like, wow, my back's still not better. I went back to work. Shout out Michael, got me a job. Shout out Brett and Willie, because I know you guys are watching this. The bosses at work, I know you guys are going to watch this. So I went back to work, and I was like, yeah, we get back on the grind. Because I ripped myself off on work cover. I wasn't making money. I had to go to tribunal. I had to get a lawyer, union lawyer, because they were underpaying me. I ripped myself off hard. Yeah. I've been making good coin since the day I left school. I ripped myself off, man. I didn't save for a good 14 months. So I went back to work. I thought, I'm going to go back. My back's feeling a bit better because I was at gym every day, sauna, stretches, whatever, right? 2 months in, well, actually, it was straight away, man. As soon as I was sitting in a truck bouncing up and down,
that's when you noticed it was shit again.
And then started hurting more and more and more, and I was like, I've got to go get a rescan. I knew straight away. I was like, no, this. Originally, it was an annular tear, L5S1 tear through the disc, right? Just a tear, nothing serious. Still painful. And I knew straight away I'd done something worse. Went and got a rescan. I got exterior bulge through into the L5 nerve and whatever, and another
extreme sciatic
and another bulge, nerve damage, squish nerve, sciatic pain, which causes muscle spasms, bursitis in both my shoulders from rehab when I was off work swimming, and now that my disc's bulged and I'm back at work limping with sciatica, my hips and pelvis are out, and now it's back in my head. I can't do this.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, you.
I thought I could. I thought I could go back to work and I'm back. I can grind now. Then I went back to work, bro. I'm in like 20 times more pain than I was sitting home doing rehab. So now I've got that mindset again. I got to get out of this, but I don't got to get out of this and go sit home.
And try.
I got to get out of this. I got to keep grinding. I still got to work.
Yeah.
You know, this is work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, we all have
this
goals.
Is work.
Yeah.
What we're doing right now is work to me. So I have that new mindset, whereas I'm not going to, if something happens to my back or whatever, I'm not going to go home. It happened to be because the cops took my shit. That was an excuse I used.
Big excuse.
Yeah. But now that I'm back at work in pain every day, the inversion tables helped a lot. But like sitting there in pain every day, all that's going through my head is, how do I get out of this situation?
This sucks, yeah.
This sucks balls.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So,
aren't you happy like now that you are going to work, you're making money, but you're using all your spare time doing stuff like this?
Correct. Yeah, well, I'll get home, bro, edit a whole thing. Because like you said, I got that motivation. When you grind all day at work, you still got the grind. If I get home and have a nap, I'm done for the day. So I go straight in here, edit a video. I feel like I'm in a routine, which is good because I'm OCD. I like the routine, but still not what I want to do.
Correct. Oh, look, I don't want to do civil for the rest of my life, but I'm sure you don't want to drive a truck for the rest of your life. But the routine and the
it's really good for now, yeah.
Yeah, it works, especially for a young, 21, 22-year-old bloke. It's good to have a routine in your life. Otherwise, you're just going to sit home and be a bum.
At least we do have goals.
Yeah, we do have goals, and that's the biggest
I think, Michael, you have to fucking throw up a bit more on your goals because you don't want to drive trucks. Because your back's getting bad at it already.
Yeah, my back's a bit how you going.
And you love being athletic, and you're fucking very good at it. I would love to see you do some type of personal training type thing.
Well, I've always wanted to do the internet personal training because I follow heaps of them, and I know that a lot of it is a lie.
Yeah.
Like the people.
Steroids and.
Yeah, when you scroll through TikTok, through all the influencers and stuff like that, it's made to look very good, and that's what I was gonna say before. Like you see them, I eat this every day, make this meal. They don't eat that every day.
Mm.
So they're overcomplicating things, making it so hard to motivate yourself to do that because it feels like you have to change your life completely.
Yeah.
And I want to make an influencing account to show people that it's a lot simpler and you can do all this as a normal person.
And people will love that.
You don't have to spend your whole life in the gym eating X amount of meals while not going to work just to reach a goal.
Like I do all the things I do and I work full time.
Yeah.
Your body's a temple. And that's what you've made us realise, and that's why me and Giles have started doing what we're doing, because your body really is a temple. Whatever you put in it, whatever you want to do, it'll adjust.
You can make your body into whatever you want it to be.
Going back to that TikTok thing, I'm not someone that really will beneficial from watching others do their thing unless I have major interest in it, which you, like you said, you follow these TikTokers and you see what they do and you see how far they overcomplicate it. If I was to watch someone else's routine, I'd go, I can't achieve that.
And that's what makes it so hard.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I hate to see. Like, they do all this
They make
stuff.
it look...
Like, their whole life is this, and that's why you follow them, and you think, fuck, you know? And that's why so many people, they see it, and they lose motivation by watching motivational videos.
Yeah, 100%.
And I want to show everyone that it's simple. Like, creating a healthy lifestyle for yourself.
Well, do it. Set a goal right here, live on the podcast.
One day, Michael Young Fitness or something, I don't know. We'll come up with something.
Yeah, that's it. But
because you are very, very fucking talented when it comes to fitness.
But if you were to just break it down as how you explained it to me, but for others, I think people will benefit in that majorly.
People don't want to listen. People like to cheat. Like I said, people always will pick an easy route.
Route. Yeah.
But what you explained to me is easy.
It's not hard. It's just discipline.
It's manageable.
Yeah.
What you say to me and the way you describe things is manageable. And that's when I can see. But if I'm watching someone else's TikTok saying, you need to eat 50 grams of nuts at 8:30 every morning and then finish it off with a bar of cucumber and then have 200 mils at the end of the day.
Yeah.
It's not manageable.
No, it's so unrealistic, and that's what's unmotivating to see. Like what I've explained to you guys, I feel like I could get that message across a lot more.
Yeah. We've got it too good as our generation, as a human race in 2022. We've got it way too good that, you know, people think it's hard, but it's not, you know.
No, well, it's just like Michael was saying, is like people overcomplicate it, and the way people overcomplicate it doesn't make you interested in it. How are you going to aim for a goal?
It's hard.
How are you going to aim for a goal if they're making it look hard? Yes, they've got great results. They don't show the shit days.
And
they show the good life. They show the life where they look $1 million, where they're, I don't know whether they're juiced up and they feel great and they're doing this and that. But you don't have to follow the same routine as every other person. You can understand the basics of fitness. I'm talking, but I'm fucking overweight. But you can understand the fitness, like the basics of a calorie deficit, a calorie surplus. Keep it simple, and you can base your diet and your lifestyle from a simple concept. And that's what you need to share with others.
Yes, it's so hard because a lot of people don't have anyone like me to ask.
Yeah.
So they go to the internet, they say, oh, buy my workout plan. They look at it, they say, yep, fuck that. Not happening. And they keep living their same life. Yeah. And I hate that. It's so sad to see.
Because it's not hard.
It's really not.
Ready? Let's look up how to lose weight.
It's mental. The whole thing is discipline, which you have a lot of.
Look.
See, look. Alright, we've got images because this is the easiest way. Alright, let's say. First photo. How to lose weight. Go for a walk. Lighten foods you love. Eat fruits. I can't even see that. Eat breakfast. Build muscles. Spend more time outdoors. Do yoga. Eat smaller portions. Stop drinking soda. Okay, so that's the 8 things that this thing has just showed me.
So you're going to jam 8 things into your life at once.
Yep. And to add it on to your top of your schedule you already are.
For our generation, it would overwhelm 99% of people. What the fuck?
Especially, like, what about, like, a single mum with kids who wants to lose her baby weight?
Yeah.
Now she has to go do yoga.
Yeah.
Now she has to go make this crazy meal with all these like natural products and stuff like that. You don't have to do that.
Well, it's like flab to flat belly workout challenge. Okay.
Yeah.
Now you have to sit at home and do what? That's like 90 reps of an ab workout.
Of an ab workout just to lose body fat.
While your kids are running a mark and you start work at 8 a.m. You know.
But this doesn't tell you that you need to be watching what you eat. Obviously, that first one mentioned, that was probably actually a pretty good example. But it's like 30 ways to lose weight. Exercise 30 to 60 minutes a day.
Who has spare 60 minutes?
Is the top top way to lose weight.
But people, that's hard.
It is hard. You don't have to exercise.
It's hard.
It's food. Unless you want to get like really lean, then you have to exercise. But to just look like a normal slim human, it's just food.
Yeah, and just another thing to quickly touch on. If you're overweight and you're
a lot of running and cardio, like
this, get up and go for a run.
This is what I'm looking at.
My knees hurt.
This
Ride a bike, motherfucker.
It's running.
But
Cardio.
just a quick thing, Michael, which me and you talk about all the time. If you're not happy with your life and you're overweight, please don't take it out on other people.
100%.
Because every single situation you're in, you virtually have yourself in. All it took, like Giles, he was overweight. Still is overweight.
Still am overweight.
All it took is a slight change in his life.
A manageable
change, and it's working. Do you know? Don't wake up in the morning and I'm fat. There's so many hot chicks I want to fuck and I can't fuck them because I'm fat and I'm ugly and I'm depressed.
And let's make the people who actually try and make themselves better to get them things in life feel worse about what they're doing.
Yeah.
A lot of people will try and put someone else down because they can't achieve that instead of actually just building themselves up to achieve that goal too.
Yeah, 100%. It's easier to shit on somebody than join their schedule.
Hard.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. You know.
If you're gonna, the first thing you're gonna do, well, let's say if I look in the mirror, go, fuck, I'm fat. Let's go look at someone skinny.
And let's go call them skinny.
That's exactly right. Yeah. Let's bully somebody else.
How did you get like that?
Well, look, we're looking at someone that kind of does that a little bit.
Yeah, he called me a lot today.
Because he goes to the gym.
Michael, 2 hours late for the podcast, twice in a row, and then the second time he doesn't even show up.
Oh, I fell asleep. Leave me alone, man.
No, anyway, so we'll wrap the podcast up, but I think there's a lot more to the podcast that we can probably chat about another time when it comes to Michael, because he's just got an Andrew Tate mindset, and I know that's how
that's an in-depth conversation that will take more than a podcast about weight loss to get through.
Yeah, 100%.
And I know that's how, weird to say, Andrew Tate podcast, but like for a lot of people that do know Andrew Tate at the moment, he's just taken over the internet.
But you look at his lifestyle that he lives. He's a kickboxer. He lives a healthy lifestyle.
And he come from nothing.
Yes, he can say all these things that how to do this, how to lose weight, how to better yourself. But at the end of the day, we're looking at someone that is a billionaire. We're comparing ourselves to someone that is a billionaire. Compared to someone that is a normal guy.
He got there the same way we got there. Or no, we're not there yet.
But
he ain't born into it.
He's spreading this all this like positivity to all these blokes. But you have to remember at the end of the day, he's a billionaire.
Yeah, he's not a normal man.
He's not a normal dude.
Yeah.
It's hard
He was a normal dude.
Once upon a time.
Yeah, once upon a time. But his mindset now has definitely changed from when he was flat broke, to being a millionaire. Yes, he's probably got the same morals and goal aspect, and it doesn't change him, but the way he's coming across is you need hot sluts, you need a good body, you need to be masculine. But for somebody like me, I'm not going to look at him and go, wow, Andrew Tate, I'm going to idolise him, because it's not even in the same picture. We're not even in the same book. I'm fucking 15 chapters behind on the fucking last series to where he is. So what I think you should do and push for is to just normalise a normal person trying to make changes in their life.
And that's the thing, overcomplicating your life, putting all this shit on your plate at once is so unmotivating.
Yeah, 100%.
Like,
enjoy the journey pretty well.
Yeah.
And that's what Giles has got me like onto really bad. Just enjoy the journey, because no one got there.
I saw it
in a blink of an
There's a
eye.
good quote on it.
Yeah, I saw it on TikTok. Someone that walks to reach a goal will achieve less than someone that enjoys walking.
Mm-hmm.
So someone that's
To
going
get to the goal.
Yeah, well, don't even worry about the goal, because the person that enjoys walking isn't doing it for the goal.
He'll walk straight past that goal.
Exactly right. He's going to walk past that goal. But compared to someone that's aimed for a goal of 2Ks, walking 2Ks, they're going to stop at that 2Ks.
Yeah,
but the person that enjoys walking is going to walk around the block 2Ks and then walk home.
And
so
with all these goals, you should find a way to enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
Like me and you, what do? We don't want to go for a run. Let's take the bikes to the beach, ride 20Ks, best day ever.
100%.
Imagine running 20Ks.
It sucked.
I'd never do it again.
No, exactly right.
That.
Yeah.
Well, my disc would fall out at Henley Beach. I'll be at Glenelg by the time I'm fucking...
Bro, I'll call an Uber. I'll go home.
And it's just, I really think it's managing what you can achieve in an extended period of time, or changing that lifestyle to be able to maintain that goal.
And enjoy that lifestyle you make for yourself.
Correct. And that's the biggest thing. And I think that's kind of where we should
I reckon we should
aim
call it.
for. Yeah.
Yeah, wrap it up.
Wrap it up.
On the next one, we'll talk about growing up in the north. Get some of your other mates on.
Yeah, I'm going to get the boys on.
I'll get a bit more in depth with stuff. I didn't feel like talking about it today. We had other topics.
Yeah, well,
to get
this
through.
was kind of based on the whole health thing. Pretty much, I've got written here notes, Borderline eating disorders, I think it's a major issue. We spoke about that. We don't need that much food to do what we need to do. And just, your body is your temple, You are what you eat, and the easy roads probably aren't worth travelling down, because you're not going to get any like mental growth from it, or
Easier the life, the less you will learn, I think.
yeah.
So the harder you push yourself, and the higher goals you aim for, is more you will achieve in the long run.
And the better you'll become. So, all right, we'll wrap it up there. Thanks for coming on, Michael.
Here's guys. We'll see you on the next one.
We'll definitely have you on again, because we got a lot to learn from you.
Make sure you like, comment, subscribe to The Spill, JRMEDIA, and especially Loveday Motorsports. Jump on that.
And soon to be...
Whatever I come up with, we'll think of something.
We'll smash. Yeah.
We'll show you how it's done.
We'll smash some goals with old Michael.
Well, let's hope Michael can set a goal from this podcast, because we've spoken about what he wants to achieve and what he's interested in and what he does want to put his time to. So let's hope next time when we chat to Michael's made that jump.
Hopefully
not
I got a
only
link
physical.
for you. Hopefully I got a link for you to sub to.
Exactly right. So let's sign that off there. Thank you very much for watching, guys. It's been a good episode. Hopefully you enjoy. Let us know what you want to hear, who you want on. We're in Adelaide, so if there's any Adelaide guys that have a really good story, let us know, because we'd love to have you on the podcast.
And I do have a few lined up, so stay tuned. And just pretty much remember, we're just three blokes from Adelaide. We're nothing special, and I feel like this is why so many people will want to listen to what we've got to say.
So easy to relate to, yeah.
We're pretty easy to relate to. We're pretty laid back, and thanks to the co-host Loveday, and thanks for coming on, Michael.
Easy, mate. See you later.
All right, let's have a good one.
Ciao. Ciao.